As you all may already know, actually, let me give y'all a good intro. Hi there, peace and love. Peace and how was I saying my intro was going to be? Peace. Oh, what's up? What it do? Okay, that's cute. That's cute. Okay, we'll do it one more time. What's up? What's good? Trixie Trey here, spreading a peace and love to you and you and you and all of you. Okay. Been a little minute, but I'm back to me, Trixie T, the one and only. Honestly, I'm happy that I took the time for myself and I really took that time to really get to know who I am and how I want to interact with you all. I think we all need to go through that session of truly understanding ourselves when we look in the mirror outside of the person that we portray when we walk outside our door, and we kind of give off this character to other people. If it does not feel real to you, is it all really worth it? These last couple of years have been crazy. Some of you may know I did lose my grandmother. May she rest in peace, my little short lady. She was literally like my mother, but we'll dedicate another video to her. This video is about my HRT journey. Yes. Okay. So I'm honestly so excited that I decided to take these steps. For my entire life, I've always felt feminine. Don't get me wrong, I can build a house, break that bitch down, and still scream if my nail break, Although I started my transition, I want you all to remember that I am that bitch and that nigga, but preferably that girl. Yesterday marked my 3rd month being on HRT. The light's giving, right? Before I just dive right in so that we could keep it cute, keep it on point. Yes, and get to the points. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into some things. I want to start out by saying this is a journey that is solely for me. I appreciate all the people who have been there in my circle and who have respected my decision, who have given me all the love and all the courage and the advice, and all these people. I definitely want to shout all y'all out. Definitely want to send y'all peace and love. So we're going to get into the HRT. If you don't know what HRT is hormone replacement therapy. Male to female, technically. I'm really a unicorn. You just don't see the horn. It's okay. So the testosterone is at a certain level, right? And you start to take something called estrogen. Most women, they already produce estrogen. So this is something that I have to take in order to increase the hormone levels that are, in my blood and in my body, all that. So it reduces the testosterone and it raises the hormones. There has been a lot of different changes, both mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. It's been a lot. But I'm really happy to discuss this with you all so that y'all kind of get a background and understanding on why I decided to do what I did, why I've started this journey, any tips that I could give, any advice. If I could do that for someone else, I'd love to be the voice. Remember I said HRT is hormone replacement therapy. It basically reduces the testosterone, it raises the hormones, and you just get a little bit more cunning. Before starting, I already felt very much femme queen, very much I'm that guy, but I'm also that bitch. And I really had to take a step back from social media to figure out if this is something that I honestly wanted to do for myself, right? Before I even started, I honestly went through this mental breakdown. And I didn't realize it until I was like, I had to look at the person in the mirror like, girl, what's going on? Like, I had to ask my spirit guides. I just had to ask so that I could make sure I wasn't tripping. Like, because kid you not, I know we all have voices in our head and things of that nature, but it's levels to this shit. There's a lot of shadow work involved. There's a lot of yin and yang. And when you deal with trauma, or when you deal with generational coping mechanisms that may not be as healthy as they could be, or honestly, if you're as independent mindset as someone like I am, it has its pros and cons, because you feel great when you accomplish things, but there are times when you feel lonely, you know. I really want to say, like, girl, it was my fault. It was my fault that I felt lonely, because there are people that will always be in your circle. I'm definitely going to be giving my chill, laid back vibes. I'm also going to be giving my femme queen energy, because that's me, and I'm going to continue to tap into that, because, girl, this is my life. If you don't got nothing nice to say, you can still subscribe, but I don't give a damn. So still sending peace and love your way, and bitch, heal you before you try to heal me, because my higher power don't play about their children. I don't know about yours. With that being said, we're going to get back into the HRT, all right? So a few of the things that I want to get into right now are basically, when I first started, honestly, I was so nervous. Like, is this something that I really want to do? But the 3D doesn't matter. How you work on your internal and how you handle that is where it's at. Finally got me a therapist, y'all. I started doing a lot more journaling to really understand why I was thinking the way I was thinking. And I just came to a realization that, bitch, it's you. Like, it's okay. Embrace you. And I've realized that it's literally an everyday journey for all of us, regardless of whatever lifestyle you choose, whichever job you have, whichever man you choose to lay in your bed and don't pay no bills, girl. It's all on you. All on you. So, yeah, I'm definitely still going to be me. Still going to spread my peace, love, and positivity unapologetically. And I think I just was nervous because I had to go through that stage of, bitch, either you're going to care about what they think, or you're going to care about what you think. And she's definitely outweighing all the others. Like, there was this one job I was doing, and it was a door-to-door salesman job. I'll definitely make some videos on my experience with that with you all. One of the main things that my manager during the time told me was, you're going to get 8 no's sometimes before you get those 2 yeses that make or break how well your business does. And let alone it being a business or a product, you have to keep that type of mentality. Doors are going to shut before you get that one open door. And I have went through the storm and decided to, hey, I'm not going to run out of it. I'm going to dance in the rain. If you're doing it for you, you shouldn't care about what no one else thinks. Because at the end of the day, you will have people in your life who motivate you and who are there for you and who want you to live your truest, your most divine life. And when you start taking those steps to really face fear and question, why you're feeling different ways that you're feeling, you get a better understanding. My real therapist is my higher power. That's who I talk to. I get all the answers that I need. But if I need some deeper understanding or the 3D, I was like, you know what? At this point, you know what it is, and you know what you don't want it to be. I just really continue to tap into me. So I'm going to show y'all. So this is the bottle. This is the bottle. Can y'all see? This is the bottle. And it's basically a little vial in here. And then there's two different needles that I use. So this is the 25 one, which is the one that I insert. And then this is the 21. So the 21 is thicker than the 25. And if you're someone like me, I do piercings, right? So with piercings, I'm kind of already used to the different sizes. The smaller the number, the bigger the needle. The bigger the number, the higher the number, the smaller the needle. It's a process. I'll show y'all that in another video, actually. So I'm with this company called Folks. They're an online service that sends it to you if you don't have any primary care doctors near you. They actually do have some in the area, so that was very helpful on me being able to go like physically talk to a therapist and get my blood work done. And it's a whole process that you have to go through before you even get the medication. This is not for everyone. This is something that is not for everyone. There are different versions of how you can take estrogen. Pills that you can do 3 times a day, the shots that you do once a week, and then there are patches. I'm not sure, I forgot how the patches go, but I just know I didn't want patches on me because it would feel like I have nicotine patches on me, and I'm just like, we don't smoke cigarettes. It just didn't feel right. Like I'm in the shower with a patch on. Like, and then I heard they don't stay on if they get wet, so it just feels like it was defeating the purpose. And then the pills, they weigh very heavy. Like almost any pharmaceutical pill, they weigh heavy on the liver. So I definitely did a lot of educating myself prior to it, and I just feel like this was the best decision for me. There are also testosterone blockers, so that it makes it easy for the hormone to do what it do. But I don't feel like I need all that. You definitely want to do your research and make sure that you know what you're stepping into before you just start something like this. You know, for my girlies that are questioning whether or not this is something for them. Whenever I start, it's almost like a ritual at this point. Journal, play some music, drink some tea, basically just kind of prep myself up for it, you know. So we're going to talk about the physical and emotional changes. So I'll talk about the emotional first. When I first started, y'all, oh my gosh, it wasn't crazy. I would probably say I started to notice in like my month, the end of month, probably month 2. Month 1, everything was just kind of like settling in, so your body is getting adjusted. Month 2, I started doing a lot more thinking, but it was so much clarity with the thinking. So I could be thinking about something, but I wouldn't like make myself feel bad if I was thinking like a negative thing about someone or something. Or you know how there's a process that we go through when you're healing trauma, that you have to reprogram the way you were thinking post healing. You know, became a lot more emotional. Like before, girl, a bitch was crying once a year, like literally once a year. But after that, it's like, bitch, I be crying almost every other day. I'm like not boo-hoo, but I get like emotional, like what? Like, why is the bird chirping so loud? Like, why is the rabbit running by itself? Like, even that, I definitely started to cry more. But it's okay because I'm able to truly feel my emotions now and have a better understanding on why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling and what could be triggering. Like, is there something that I've dealt with or experienced that might be triggering a trauma or something that I might need to still be working on, you know? But there's just so much more clarity on how I go about it. I don't try to shut it off and then do something else. Please don't do that. It's so unhealthy because it's always going to be there and it's always going to be waiting for you, like, knock, knock, bitch, I'm still here. You know, it's a lot of that. So you have to keep in mind that you want to deal with your emotions and it's okay to be vulnerable. Really learn to express your emotions and how you deal with them, like healthier ways so that you could become a better version of yourself. Like, we are all divine. We are all gods and goddesses. You got to keep it G and beat the odds to become a god. I feel that. Like, if you feel pissed off, tell a bitch you're pissed off. If you feel like, girl, I'm just done with all this shit, just say that. Like, if a person understands and respects you, they'll understand and respect you. Because it's your life, and how you choose to live it is how you choose to live it. You want to live it for yourself, not for the people that are around you. The people that are around you are a reflection of you. So you have to allow yourself to reach a point where, hey, if releasing my emotions and being more, not just internal, but dealing with how I deal with my external, if I need to work on that, I'm going to work on that, you know. However that works for you, you do you, boo. Physical. I'm only 3 months in, so there are a lot more things that will happen over the course of the next few months, 2 years. So I felt that it was best to not necessarily film everything, but to kind of document my journey so that I could see how far I've come and see how great that I'll be doing compared to, like, I'm thanking my future self right now for how well I allow this present self to do and to be in the moment and have that confidence to speak about certain things like this. Because outside of the gender or the transition that I'm going on, it's so much deeper than that. Like, we're all spirits in a body, but we're all human. How do you speak to yourself? These things have a big effect on your overall well-being, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, all these things. It's all a part of building up those chakras. Like, it's real out here. Like, so when I first started, I did get some acne, y'all. If you can see, I definitely have some acne. I don't have too much makeup on, but I feel like it was only right to do a cute little eye look, because, girl, why not? You know. With that being said, I did get a lot of acne. Like, girl, it felt like I was going through puberty again. Like, I will admit, when I first started, I was like, girl, I just want to peel the cap back. Peel the cap back. That first month, the bumps were bumping. Like, oh, why me? Why me? Why me? I continue to speak to myself and continue to journal and continue to spew out those affirmations and remind myself that, hey, you're beautiful. Hey, you're intelligent. Hey, you're a fucking goddess. But it's okay. It's a part of the journey. And if you're here for me, see that you're on this journey with me. We're in this ride together. Like, we're getting where we're going, and that's what matters. I'll go ahead and talk about them, girl, because I know y'all wondering. I definitely have started wearing a few push-ups. I don't think this is a push-up, though. This is like a regular A or B, double C, something like that. I'm still learning. Talking about the girlies, they've become a lot more sensitive. Like even sometimes when I'm in the shower and I might hit the spoolie or hit the towel across my chest, I'd be like, whoa. I have to remind myself because I was told that it gets even more sensitive the more that they grow. So I'm just preparing myself to be like, hey, this may not be nothing compared to how sensitive they might be when the girl is sitting up. Like I felt a lot more tissue development on the nipples, like behind it. It almost feels like a lot more solid. I don't know how to explain it, but the nipples have become a lot more stiff, like solid. Like there's something behind it, not just chest and skin, and no, it's tissue back there. They definitely sit in. No milk has come out. I'm not looking for all that, but the girls is definitely sitting. That I know they say fat distribution. The ass is definitely sitting up, girl. Now, mind you, I was working on her prior, but before I started this journey, mind you, I told you I was going through it. A bitch was depressed. So when I took time back and I went to pray and I went to really just ask my higher power to give me the strength and the understanding and the courage and the wisdom to really work on myself. And I had to go through those moments and go through those trials and tribulations for me to be like, hey, it's okay. Work on you. If this is something you want to do it. And I just feel amazing. I feel the best that I have felt in a while. And I'm just so happy that I took this step for myself, you know? Yes, the ass is still sitting. She's sitting. Because I used to be Miss Nasty Tall. If y'all don't know, Miss Nasty Tall is no ass at all, girl. No ass at all. But I definitely see that she's getting a lot more rounder. I've been working out, trying to, help her push up, get up there, get a little curve around there. Sometimes when I'm in the bathroom or when I'm changing my clothes or when I'm in the gym, I look back and I be like, oh, cool. Was that there? Was that there prior? I don't think she was there prior. I'm gonna let her keep doing. I'm gonna let them keep doing. I'm gonna let it keep doing what it's doing, because it's less about the 3D and more about the spiritually inclined. If you know, you know. You're doing a damn thing. Don't stop. There's always those stages that you have to go through whatever you decide to do. You're gonna go through those stages of the ugly to get to the most beautiful inner outer core version of you, mentally and spiritually, yes, I do feel like I've grown a lot more compared to how I dealt with things before, because like I was saying, I had a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms that honestly it just doesn't make sense now as to like, girl, why did you put yourself through certain stuff like that? You don't have to deal with it alone. It's okay to talk about your problems. It's okay to ask questions to better understand why you're thinking the way you're thinking. And that's just a part of the journey to become a better version of yourself. Honestly, there's no other way around that. Yeah, it's just a different stage of enlightenment that I feel that I've reached in my life. I'll continue to do my part in making sure that it continues, and I hope y'all do the same thing, most definitely. I'll still be my quirky, nerdy, classy, but ratchet, humble, but bougie energy, because that's what makes me me. And whoever is still in my circle and the people that If you know, you know. So we ain't even gotta go there. My energy level, I will say when I first started, y'all, I was sleeping. Like I was doing a lot of sleeping. But my job was like, bitch, you gotta get your ass up. You gotta get up. The bag is calling, so you gotta get up. So I was getting up. But I really just wanted to sleep. When I came home, sleep. When I got shot, sleep. When I leave the gym, sleep. When I go in my room, sleep. My sleeps, though, when I sleep, it's more of like a deep sleep. Like just getting a good sleep. The goal is to get 8 hours, but I don't always get 8 hours because I be working. Or I leave my blinds open most of the time so that when the sun rises, I rise. And I think that's the thing that I do just to make sure that, like, girl, get up. Like, you got stuff to do. What would the future me do? Get the fuck up. So, yes, that helps me. What's another thing that I want to talk about? Oh, okay. So, another thing is with my emotions. Sometimes with me being a lot more sensitive to my environment or the people around me or energy as a whole, because I am an empath, those are some things that I had to take a step back and figure out how I would deal with them. So I've noticed with me working in customer service, there's a lot of energy there. There's a lot of energy that comes in and out, so you really want to protect your energy. Being an empath and consuming so much energy, sometimes you can easily allow that energy to reflect onto you, and then you might, if someone's mad, you might get mad. If someone's sad, you might get sad. Or if someone's being spiteful, you might have thoughts of being spiteful, but it doesn't define how you deal with it. It could be a way in which, hey, if I'm reacting to this, or if this is something that's triggering me, maybe I should figure out why is it triggering me? What traumas have I encountered or have I gone through that make me feel the way that I'm feeling right now? You know, I feel like that's for anyone. But I will say sometimes I be wanting to just slang everything on the floor at my job, because I be like, there's so much more for me and I just do not want to do this, and then just over all of it. And then sometimes if my roommate might not clean up their side of the bathroom, I just start banging shit. Like if I have to get up and clean, oh, I'm waking up the whole house. No one's getting any sleep because of me. No one. But we don't have those problems. We communicate. I'm so grateful that although they're international, it's taught me a lot about, like, even me being able to make this step and do this for myself is something that I'm so grateful for, because it's making me happier in myself, and it's making me feel whole, and it's allowing me to love myself the way that maybe my childhood self didn't feel loved, or maybe the people that I might encounter, they haven't had the same love that I've gotten. So it may help me if I can help this person while I'm helping myself. That's also another thing for me. Like, you have to want to do it not just for you but for other people too. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful that I've gotten the experiences that I've gotten since I moved out here. We'll definitely talk about that in another video. But my HRT journey, I'm just really grateful that I took this step. With this only being 3 months, I know that there will be so much more that'll happen in the next 6 months, or 1 to 2 or 3 years. And yeah, I'm just grateful. We can talk about surgeries. If y'all have any questions about that, on whether or not I decide or do not decide, definitely let me know. What are y'all thoughts? I'm open to answer anything. well, not anything, but majority of things I am open to talk about. Um, what's another thing? So my future goals, I honestly want to continue to be an advocate. I want to continue, and not just for my community, being in the LGBT community, um, being a minority, like an African American Creole minority, like this. Outside of that, mental health. Mental health is something that is very important in the young adults, children, anyone. Mental health is a really important topic. Right now, in these times, like girl, we literally in revelations. Like, there's so much going on. We got a new president, and although he does not agree with particularly my lifestyle, it's deeper than that. So we're not going to talk about that in this video, but just know that I'll continue to be a light and be a voice for the little kids who may not have felt comfortable enough to speak their truth or tap into their divine energy. Because like I said, abundance is our birthright and we deserve to tap into that. And once you start tapping into that, spiritual warfare is a real thing. And you want to make sure that you have dealt with those traumas and figured out the most healthiest ways to handle them. Say if they come again or they try to knock on your door, because higher power is always going to be there. But just like in the Bible it says, how dare you? If I'm your higher power, if I'm the person that you believe in and you want to have faith in me, how dare you let those inner voices or the outside voices counteract with the power that I have, the power that I can heal, the power that I possess in giving you this love and giving you all this positive light. Don't get me wrong, we definitely need the darkness to be mindful of, hey, everything not sugar sweet and coated. That's where I messed up at. Definitely. Thinking that everything was just sugar sweet and all positive vibes. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. I had to go through it the way I had to go through it to figure out the next steps in my life. And I'm honestly just grateful. And yes, we'll definitely be talking more. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely stay tuned. I'll be giving y'all a little more of an insight of more reasons why I decided to do it, different events that I might be a part of, and just keeping the conversation going and keeping the love flowing. And yeah, continue to talk my shit. Definitely a whole lot of peace, definitely a whole lot of love. Yes, if you haven't subscribed, definitely go subscribe, because this is not the last of me, not the last of Trixie T. Definitely subscribe. So that like you button, definitely want to stay on those post notifications so that you know in store for us. Yes, and leave a comment if you like this video. Any other topics that you'd like for me to talk about, I would love to talk about them. Yeah, other than that, I hope you have an amazing day, just as amazing as you are. And yeah, don't let nobody steal your shine, because it's yours. And now it's time to rise. Like, it's time. It's time. It's time. Okay? So yeah, see y'all later. Peace and love. Until next time.